Hello, guys. Thank you very much for joining in. Hi, this is Ganesh Nayak. I help finance professionals and students to excel in their career and do better in their life. And also, I help students who are going to sit for the FRM and CFA exam to clear them in the first attempt. And today we have with us one of our students. He's going to be talking about his journey of clearing the exam. Okay. And the purpose of doing this video is basically to help out those students who are preparing on their own or people who need to get idea about how other people are clearing. Okay, so before we start the discussion, primarily, so basically, Sonam is going to help us with his journey. But Sonam was not my full-time student. He had actually taken out only question bank from me, and the other assistance in terms of doubts, in terms of guidance, how to go about, and all that was there. And so, Sonam, thank you very much for joining in. And
Thanks.
you have cleared the exam in November 2021. Now, before we start the discussion further, if it's possible for you, for the audience, give a brief about yourself. Before doing FRM, what were you doing?
Basically, I'm in engineering. I did my master's in technology from ICT Mumbai.
Hmm.
Basically, I'm an engineer. That's how my profile is. I done my engineer from Institute of Chemical Technology Mumbai,
Okay.
and
Were
currently
you
I'm
working? Were you working before starting out the journey for FRM?
basically I'm working in a new product development in a specialty chemicals company in Mumbai itself.
Okay. So basically, it's not related to finance, right?
No,
It's a
no, it's
chemical
not
company.
even far. Yes, yes, it's a chemical company.
Okay. Okay. So basically, you had an engineering degree. You joined a chemical company. You were working over there, and then you decided to pursue for FRM. Any particular reason that
Yes,
you
yes.
thought to go for FRM?
Basically, it started with something like I was looking for machine learning algorithms. Okay, so machine
Okay.
learning algorithms are reading papers. So that's how I was looking for other applications. That how can machine learning algorithms can be used in different applications. So that's how
Hmm.
I came into finance, and then how risk management came into came into the picture. So the
Hmm.
risk management part, like quite, I got curious about it, and that's how I looked up to certification if it can be pursue. So then
Okay.
FRM came into the picture, and I like the curriculum, and I like the curriculum. The four books, like it touches me because it the quantity method, for example, touches me quite bit. Okay, that can be done, and that's
Mhm.
how I started preparing for the FRM. The
Okay. Okay. So when you started the preparation for FRM, you looked at the book, right? To which book you felt you were comfortable with, and which book you felt you might face some challenge.
the book number two, which is quantity methods, because it's particularly like I'm an engineer, so basically I'm quite acquainted. I won't say I'm not expertise, but I'm quite acquainted to the book, the hypothesis
Okay.
testing, or any other contents of the book. That's how I first looked at the book number two, and I started preparing from that book itself.
Okay. Okay. So you
And
basically were working on the strengths. That is how you were looking at.
yes,
And then after that, which book you felt that okay, this is something very new or something which I don't know.
uh, actually book number three and book number four felt new, but
Mhm.
book number four felt little bit, I would say, I would use the word difficult. Okay, book three was kind okay, it can be done, but book four felt difficult because the understanding the
Okay.
concepts and lot of things.
Okay. And when did you start your preparation for November exam?
I decided on July, but I started on like early August by itself. Like
Okay.
it was my plan because I wasn't a finance student, so I wasn't like well acquainted with the subject. So my
Hmm.
plan was to finish the syllabus, then register for the exam. So I
Okay.
registered for the exam on September last date, last week, and before that I finished the first reading just to get in clear view if I can it can be done or not.
So basically, from August 1st to September end, you tried to complete the entire reading, and you did the
Yes,
registration at the end. Okay. Now,
yes, yes,
any basically, so you are referring to Swagger only or any other
yes.
book?
12 or not. Yes.
Okay, Swagger only. And in terms of reading, how many readings you completed before you went for the exam of the entire book?
Uh, I would say uh, two more than two readings. I would say nearly three readings is what I felt I should do before going for the exam, before sitting for the exam itself.
Okay, okay. And you were able to do that. That was not an issue as such.
Uh, it felt difficult because if like at a later stage I felt something like a difficulty. But yes, I was able to complete 3 readings because I was also working full time. So it becomes an issue. But yes, I tried to be as like complete at least 3 readings before sitting on the exam.
Okay. So how many hours were you sitting when you started in August for preparation, daily basis?
Uh, I was pretty consistent on that. I was reading around 2 to 3 hours per day. But
Hmm.
when the exam came near, I started increasing the hours, like 4 hours at max. I was sitting for the exam after finishing my office hours. That's how it
Okay.
went.
Okay. And Saturday, Sunday, you were sitting extra or not?
Actually, it become an issue because Saturday, Sunday, we don't have off. Like we don't have holidays from a company side. It was on Friday, and in Friday I was sitting until length like from 7 to
Oh,
uh,
okay. Okay.
yes.
So you had
So
your own unique set of problems basically
yes,
to
yes, yes, yes,
deal with. Basically, a lot of people they have Saturday, Sunday off, so they focus on that. So
yes,
Friday was when you were actually looking out for, and that was only one day that you had a holiday.
yes, 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 yes,
Okay, very, very interesting. I mean, a lot of people they have 2 days holidays and then still
yes.
they face challenge. So you kind of are looking setting out an example for them. Now, with respect to the content, okay, the reading of the content, you started with book two, okay, because that
Mhm.
was your core area. Then which book you picked up after that?
Financial market, financial market product book number
FMP,
three. Mhm.
FMP, and you were doing that preparation, okay. And
Yes,
then when
yes.
you after that you went to
Book number four.
book number four, and then when book one primarily you completed the entire reading. So, like you said, by September end you had a first reading done.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
till that time had you solved the question bank?
No, no, no. I hadn't solved the question bank.
Okay,
And
when did you
that's how
started our question bank? Yes, when did you actually started? I don't remember the date exact, but
as I
September.
said, I took like a little bit time to process the content itself, and then I contacted you, and I got the question bank, and I started solving that. Like in the 1st of October, I started solving. I was hoping that I would
Question
finish
bank solved.
at an earlier stage, but it wasn't possible for working full time. So at least it take a month, at least month, not more than a month, around 1 month, 31 days. October, it took an October, full October
Okay.
to finish the question
So
bank.
basically, so from 1st of October, you were revising and solving. So how many?
Uh-huh.
So two chapters per day you were able to pick it up, solving.
It depends on the length of the chapters. For in case of quantity methods, it was lengthy. And in some chapters of book three, it was short, and the question where I can click the questions. Okay, fine, this is one. But in case of numericals, I have to sit down and solve the question. So it depends. Like sometimes it's two chapters. Sometimes it's one chapter. So it
Hmm.
depends on the
Chapter
length of the
itself.
question bank,
Hmm.
chapter wise questions, and the length of the chapter. So that is how it
Got it.
went.
Got it. Got it. But you were consistent. That is the main part that I can see that you were consistent throughout the
Yes,
entire
yes,
journey. And
yes,
you
yes,
solved
yes.
my.
I was very much.
Huh. Please go ahead. No problem.
I was very much. Sorry. I was very much nervous because the curriculum was new to me. So I was the one thing I can be good at is just to read everything, something on any particular day. Don't miss out the day. Sometimes it happens that I'll miss out some days, but I can become very nervous at some point of time. I already discussed. So I was one
Hmm.
thing I can be good at is to be consistent, and sometimes it also like deviate from the path. But yes, I try to be as consistent as possible.
Okay. Got it. And primarily, so if by the end of October, you had done one entire reading, one revision, and the
Huh.
solving of the question bank. That was there.
Yes,
And when was
yes.
your exam? Which date?
Or 18th of November.
Okay. And so basically, after from 1st November, what was your plan? What were you doing?
Uh, so we had a Diwali holiday, so it was 4-day holiday. So I was thinking ki I would be able to finish by November 10th everything. Like again, second, because I had a
Okay.
habit like ki I know if I'll try to remember, I won't be able to remember anything. That is for sure. So the best way to remember or just to like to be good at your exam to solve as many as questions, even try to solve the question bank at least twice. So I thought of doing that again, but again it came as a difficulty. I wasn't able to.
Mm-hmm.
It was a kind of, I would say, I wouldn't suggest that to like to do that. But by November 10th, I was hoping that I would solve the question again, but it didn't happen. It took a more 2 to 3 days. Okay, so by now, starting from November, we have Diwali holidays. I started solving the question bank again, and by
Okay.
November 12th or 13th, I think I finished, and so it becomes a habit. You have to be, if you want to do something in the FRM, you have to solve questions as many as possible. Okay.
Okay. So basically, by 13th of November, you completed twice solving of my question bank, and your exam
Yes.
was
Yes.
18th, right?
Yes.
And
Yes. Yes.
then you started what? Sectional test or mock papers? What was that?
Yes. uh, I started, for example, we have section test in the question bank you have given us. So basically, there are four chapbooks, and for each sectional test, there is each book wise test. Okay, I started giving those questions. Okay, even the marks were not that good. I was like, okay, what is going on?
What was the average
So,
score
but
that you were getting?
I did give your a book wise test, not the mock test. Okay, because I didn't have time. I
Hmm.
tried the GARP mock test, but not the yours mock test. Okay,
Take.
I give the
Hmm.
book wise test.
Hmm.
So it was around, if I calculated everything, it came around, the four books came around 54 or 55.
So
Okay.
basically, total 100 question in the four books. So out of that,
Yes, yes,
54 or 55. Okay, okay, got it.
yes.
Now, when we were looking at okay, so primarily before you went for the exam, it was only the sectional test, not the mock paper. Not you didn't get opportunity to sit entirely 4 hour and go for the exam. That was not there, right?
And, no, no, no. For the GARP mock,
Acha, you had
I have done one. Oh, yes, one GARP paper. One GARP
okay,
paper.
the latest one, 2021,
Uh, it was not. It was. I started from 2020, because I
2020.
was
Okay,
hoping I could finish. I could finish two papers, so 2020 and 21. I could have
okay.
done, but again, as I said, the time was an issue, and time didn't permit me to solve every GARP mock test paper.
Okay. And
So it was
what
2020.
so primarily you had holidays before the exam?
Yes, I like the company was very good to like to allow me to take 10 days holiday.
Okay.
I told them I have an exam, so they allowed me.
Wonderful, wonderful. I mean that actually also helped you to revise the question bank again and
Yes,
go for
yes, yes,
these.
yes,
Now,
yes,
when
yes.
you went for that exam, okay,
Hmm.
what was the state of mind before entering the exam? What was there in your mind?
Before one day, I was like, I was very nervous. I think I have to register again for the exam. That was going in my mind. I didn't think I would be cracked the exam, but it didn't happen. The exam went, I won't say very good or very bad. It was like, okay, I was expecting I would be able to solve questions on the main exam, but it didn't happen. I did solve some of the questions, of course,
Hmm.
but that was not the case. But before the exam, I was very nervous, very nervous. Like it has to be very, very difficult for me to keep my cool, but somehow I didn't like, okay, you haven't given the exam, at
Hmm.
least give the exam, let's see what happens.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. So, one before we enter into the discussion for the exam day, throughout this entire journey from August till the before you
Mhm.
go for the exam, what are the major challenges that you faced?
I would say to repeatedly at least give more readings to the books itself. It's a very much, in terms of practical knowledge. Also, you will get a lot of things into the
Hmm.
books. Take it start early. I would say suggest start early as possible. At least if someone from a non-finance background, I would say suggest start early. And even if someone from finance background, we should do justice to the syllabus and start early, so that you will understand the depth of the syllabus, and you can also look for the applications in the Google apart from the syllabus, so that you will have a
Right.
clearer view of what is going. It's not just for the exam you are studying, it's for the better future of your. So start studying and try to look for the other applications, so you'll probably help you branch out applications of that syllabus itself. So that is
Okay.
what for FRM is for, right? So I
So
would suggest
when
start
you're
early.
saying word application, what does that mean? I'm sorry, I'm not clear on that part.
Yes, yes, I would suggest. As I said, I was looking the thing ML thing came into the picture, and
Okay.
then so I would suggest if probably you can do some kind of Excel or Python code on that, then that would be very much good. You will get
Okay.
an probably.
But my question was primarily that in your preparation, what was the major challenge?
I think I would start early.
That was one problem that you
Yes,
thought that
yes,
I couldn't. Any other
yes.
problem that you felt
Uh,
within the entire process?
yes. In terms of syllabus, I find the book number 4 a little bit
Really
difficult.
tough. Okay.
the difficult, and the Greeks was, I was finding very much difficult to understand or discuss,
Ha.
because then I started in terms of BS, like Black Scholes model. So how is BSM is there, and what are the parameters it is taking. So I tried to find it, find a chart, and you help me with that. You send me, okay, you should read this and you will get to know how it is working. So little bit of solving questions,
The
and
Excel
like,
tracker. I think so. You're referring to the Excel tracker,
yes,
no?
yes,
The
yes, yes,
preparation
yes,
part. Ha, ha.
yes,
And
yes.
so, apart from see, primarily you were discussing with me. I was aware about it. But apart from that, were you part of any Telegram group or any WhatsApp part where, or you were studying with somebody else also? A lot of people do that. So, was there anything
Yes,
like that?
yes, yes, yes. We have a, like, you have added me to a Telegram group,
Hmm.
which was pretty doubt discussion. Like, we have, if someone has
Doubt
a
solving
doubt,
group. Yes,
yes,
that was our
that
group.
helped.
No, no, I'm not talking about our group. I'm talking about any other group. Say, for example, WhatsApp groups. A lot of people create.
No,
Or
no,
people
no.
study with somebody else, or you talk to some students like that. That is what I'm trying to understand.
Yes, yes, I have people who have cleared FRM part one. I was talking
Hmm.
to them, and what was their experiences. It helped me a lot talking to people, like, you should focus on that, you shouldn't stuck on that. There was also a pair of advices coming from people who have been
Right.
talking to, or even thinking of doing the FRM part one. So I have talked to
Okay.
people.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So
Got it.
pretty
So,
much
so there were
some of
people who were
our,
also guiding you in terms of when to
yes,
go for the exam or whether you should go for or not, because you had a very different background from
yes,
that
yes,
perspective.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, on the day of the exam, what happened in that 4 hour?
uh, so like, it was like, I was center in Mumbai
Mhm.
itself. So I went, and like, it was pretty much chill. So everyone was like calm, focused. Makali, bro, what is going on? So they were so much calm, focused. But I know there is storm going inside them also, like me. So on the day of the exam, I was hoping like the questions would be very much difficult. But yes, it was good. The experience was very much good, and the center
Okay.
was andheri, and it was pretty much good. The experience was good, even the time of the exam also.
Okay. No, but so when you started the question, solving of question,
Mhm.
what happened in the first few 10 questions or 15 questions?
The
You were able
first,
to
actually,
solve?
yes, the first questions, the set of 30 or 40 questions were pretty much, I got acquainted easily. But then the next 30 questions was like, key, I got confused. Okay, I can eliminate two options, but the other two options were, this is, I got confused. Yeah, this is what, and this is what. So I
Okay.
thought of, but they might have a printing error, but no, they won't be doing that, right?
Okay.
They won't be doing that. So probably I'll have to figure out, what would be the correct, the most correct answer in the other two options that have been selected for, like, to
Got it.
correct out.
Got it. So that
So
was 60 question. First 30, it was easy. Second 30,
uh,
you slight got confused, right? That is what you
yes,
said, right? What about the
yes.
rest 40?
Next 30, next 60 to 100 questions were like, I have read those concepts, but I wasn't able to relate it to any particular formula or a particular theory. Okay, I have
Got
read
it.
that, got an overview, but it was more of like, I was missing something out of the question, which of course wouldn't be the case, but I was missing something. Okay, so I tried to be as nearly as possible to the four
Hmm.
options.
Okay.
So
So
that was,
basically, if I summarize for the audience, so 100 out of 100 questions, the first 30 questions were very easy. Second 30 questions, you felt that I was not sure, but you were able to solve, but not sure on the
hmm,
option. And the last
hmm,
40, you were struggling. So you had to
yes,
find an appropriate way, or you had to do a lot of calculated guess, something like that, right?
yes, 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 yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, out of the entire question, how many theory and how many calculations were there? Roughly.
Um, I would say ki 70 theoretical questions were there. 70
Okay.
theoretical questions were there. 30, around 30. I won't able to tell the exact figure, but around
Hmm.
30 numericals I was able to, like, I was able to at least guess ki there are 30
Right.
numericals.
So out of those
Mhm.
30, so were you comfortable solving those 30 questions, calculation driven questions?
No, actually not.
Okay.
Sometimes I was I was felt that I am missing on some data, but not everything I would be able to solve. Yes, I would able to
Okay.
some of that, not entirely, but yes, I did
Got
miss
it.
out any question, to be frank. but I attended every question, but
Mhm.
yes, it was not able to solve, like fully give like understand the question. It would be an issue.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Stick it. So basically, and when you came out of the exam, what was the thought process? In the sense, were you confident on the result by any chance?
No, 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 not a chance. I was like hopeful that the exam would be very good, but it didn't
Mhm.
happen. It was not that bad as I was expecting, but yes, okay, it was okay. Let's see what would be the probability that I would get or not.
Okay.
I wasn't sure. I was entirely not sure that the result would be in my favor or not. I wasn't sure.
Mhm. Okay. Now, when you have got the answer, result, and what are the quartiles that you have got?
It was 1,222, respectively, in 4 books.
Okay, 1,222. Now, when you got the result, what is the reaction of people around you, especially your company people or your friends?
The company people were not aware the exam I'm giving,
Hmm.
but the people who have been talking to regarding the preparation, they are very
Okay.
happy. Okay, that is a good exam you cleared. And so actually, what happened is some of my friends, my college friends, have gone for MBA, who have specialization in finance, or they have been working in a risk domain. They felt that it was a good certification to pursue if you wanted to go for risk management. It is very much, they would say ki some of the syllabus overlap with the finance part also. So
Hmm.
they were very happy ki, okay, this is a new chapter in your life, like you could pursue, carry on forward with
Right.
that thing. And people around me who were advising me, they were very much happy that it it became fruitful after like the result came in my favor. So it is
Right.
good.
Right. And I'm also very happy because, see, primarily people do come from finance background and then they go for this exam. So it is, they have some background of commerce, they have some background of accounting, something related to market. But people, somebody who is coming from the chemical engineering background, and obviously you had engineering, so one book was slightly easy for you, but there were other two books also which was kind of new
Mhm.
for you. So definitely you had your own set of challenges to deal with, like other people have. So I'm very, very, very happy that you were able to clear the exam, and that too on the first attempt, right? So primarily, it was not a big problem. Like a lot of people face that issue of consistency. You were able to do that consistently. You were able to solve. And very good part is not many people are able to solve the entire question bank again, because they don't
Yes,
have the
yes.
patience also to go and solve it. They don't have the time also. So that if you have done that, then it shows that kind of dedication you had for the exam. Now, finally, if somebody comes and asks you top three tips, if he is preparing for the FRM exam, what would those three tips would be from your side?
I would suggest the first one is, of course, start and act early. Okay,
Okay.
get I would say get acquainted with the syllabus, get acquainted
Mm.
with the syllabus, and after that, start solving as many as questions as possible. Start from easy, medium, and difficult one.
Okay.
Okay, because in the exam there is not any difference, they won't differentiate it is an easy question, they would give less marks. Do as many as questions as possible, try to get acquainted with the subject. That is what I would say to anyone who is going for an FRM or
Right.
any other certification also.
Okay. And final one question: did you solve by? I'm assuming that you could not solve anything else. That means bionic turtle or any other difficult question bank.
No, no,
No,
no, no. I
right?
wasn't. I have gone through the biological questions, but it seemed time. It took a lot of time. Like I was going through the question, but I didn't able to solve any of those questions from other like BT, as you said. It wasn't
Okay.
possible
So
on
you
my part.
felt those questions as difficult?
Yes, some of the questions are very difficult. I would say 80 to 90% of the questions were difficult. Yes.
Okay, 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 perfect. So seems good. So Sonam, thank you very much for sharing your experience, your journey, and I'm very sure that this discussion is going to help and guide people who are
Yes.
going for the exam in the future. And I also encourage other people who are not even my student. Okay, in fact, we had some connection, but people who are new, who are not my student, can also come and we can have a discussion like this and give some learning experience for people who are going for the FRM exam, especially the
Mhm.
first step, because FRM level one, once you're in and you've cleared, then it is easy. Then it's not a
Yes.
problem. But level one is very, very critical that way.
Mhm.
So thank you very much, Sonam, for giving
Thanks
your
a lot.
time.
Thanks a
And
lot, sir.
definitely. And we hope to see you in more such sessions of our institute in the future. Perfect.
Sure, sir.
Thank you very
Thanks a
much,
lot.
sir. Yeah.
Thank you. Take care.